Kelly, and this is Kelly Hill Yoga, and today we are going to have an awesome full body practice on your mat. Should be around 30 minutes, and hopefully by the end of this you will feel super strong and stable throughout your body. And this is a great one to add into your practice to do maybe once a week to show some strength and power gains throughout your practice. So when you're ready, let's come to child's pose, a wide leg child's pose on your mat. Just nice and wide with the knees. Walk your hands forward. You're more than welcome to have your hands out in front or at your sides, just wherever you feel comfortable. Let's just start to bring our awareness to the breath, start to become a little bit more internal. Turn off all those external forces, distractions that might be pulling you out of your space right now. Keep the breath gentle and simple, not overthinking or trying to stress. Gently guiding ourselves into this practice today with full body awareness, connecting our mind to every square inch of our body. In fact, let's start to take our mind and just explore how we're feeling. Are we holding any tension anywhere? If so, allow that tension to release and relax. Elongate your exhale. And as you do so, your inhale will start to mimic and elongate as well. Not overthinking or forcing, just guiding the breath in and allowing it to release. Awesome. If you had your arms at your side, go ahead and bring them out in front of you. And let's just come up onto our fingertips and start to wake up the shoulders a little. So fingertips gently on the mat. And let's think about pulling the shoulders away from the ears. So get a really nice, beautiful stretch along the side body. In the shoulders, think about pulling your chest towards the mat as those shoulders come away from the ears. Really making our shoulder girdle strong and stable. Beautiful. Release that. Come back down onto the palms of the hands, and let's walk the hands over to the right to get a nice little stretch in the left side body. Take a deep inhale and breathe into that left side body. Feel your ribcage expand and elongate the muscles along the side of your body. Beautiful. Walk it all the way over to the left. Feel a wonderful stretch in the right side body now. Take that deep inhale just like how we did on the other side. Feel your lungs expand and stretch all along the side of your body. Beautiful. Let's walk the hands gently back to center. Take a deep inhale and let's breathe all the way down the spine into the low back. Imagine you're trying to expand your whole backside with the breath. Exhale, release. Keeping our legs, our knees nice and wide, let's gently start to roll through the spine a little. So pulling, acting like we're pulling the mat or pulling our hands back towards us, will guide our chest nice and low along the mat to rise up in this low belly, or our belly drop down to the mat, cow pose with these wide knees. Exhale, roll through the spine, shift the hips back, child's pose, and then repeat. So pulling that chest along the mat. Nice, waking up, inhale. Exhale, round through the spine, shift the hips back. And just move through a few rounds in your own breath, your own time, maybe pulling the hips forward a little bit. Exhale, rolling through. Find whatever little bits of organic movement you want to have here. If you would like to do just a few rounds of a traditional cat and cow, you're more than welcome to. That's doing so in a tabletop position. Just allowing this to be your practice in your time, not overthinking things. Not feeling like yoga is this strict thing. Whatever your teacher tells you you have to do, you must do that. If you're feeling like you need to do something different, go do so. I'm just here to kind of guide you along the way. All right, last round. Beautiful. Back to that child's pose. Awesome. Take one last round of breath here in this child's pose. Deep inhale. Exhale, release. Now let's rise gently up to tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Nice and strong and stable. So our belly button, let's activate our midsection by gently guiding the belly button back towards the spine, not crunching, just keeping it strong and stable. Really think about pulling the shoulders down and away from the ears. And we're just going to do a couple of shoulder girdle type push-ups. So we're keeping our elbows straight or relatively straight, really grounded through the hands. All fingers are nice and spread well. And then we're going to push the earth away from us in order to separate the shoulder blades. Exhale, pull the chest towards the earth, keeping the elbows straight. So the only motion you have is in your shoulder girdle. Just pushing the earth away, separating the shoulder blades, and then pulling them together. Just go through a few rounds of this. If you're still a little bit confused, that's totally okay. You're more than welcome to watch me on the video. It's the whole point of these, right, is for me to guide you, show you an example. We're just separating the shoulder blades, bringing them together, pinching as we pull the chest. Notice how strong you feel. Don't let those shoulders creep up or your neck start to shorten. Keep a nice long neck. Last one, chest to the earth, push the earth away. So as we have this earth nice and pushed away from us, really strong shoulders, think about pulling those shoulders away from the ears, really long neck, trying to imagine there's a pencil in between your shoulder blades, nice and active and strong as we push the earth away. And then we're going to gently bend the elbows back towards the thighs. Right, so gently guide and bend back. Chest comes down towards the earth and press up. Beautiful. Exhale. Inhale to rise. Exhale. Inhale to rise. Beautiful. Few more rounds, nice and strong. Getting our arms woke up. Awesome. Hanging out here. Just letting the elbows bend back towards the thighs, keeping strong and stable in our belly button. Just like as if we were doing push-ups, as we bend the elbows back, press up. 2 more, back. Beautiful, last one. And press back up. Awesome. Nice and woke up. Let's inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, thread it through. Stretch on the back side of that shoulder that we just spent time waking up. Just 2 deep rounds of breath here. Or just however you may breathe, faster, slower than me. That's totally okay. Awesome. Let's reach that right arm back up and then set it down. Take it to the other side. So left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. First, thread that left arm through underneath the right. Shoulder stretch on the left side. Awesome. Gently come back up to that tabletop. And let's come off the shoulders a little bit. So just come to sit back on the heels. You're more than welcome to just sit in a easy pose with the legs crossed if this is a little bit too intense for you to be in this posture. But let's take the arms behind the back and really open up the chest. Sure, it feels nice and a little bit tight and activated from what we just did in that tabletop. So just really opening things up by taking our fists and pulling them down and away from the booty towards the earth for a little baby back bend. If you want to let the head fall back to get a stretch along the front side of the neck, you're more than welcome to. Just gentle in whatever you do. I'm going to keep my head forward because it's quite difficult to talk when you have your head back like that, but you're more than welcome to do so. Nice and strong here, really waking up the whole front side body. Pulling those shoulder blades together, opening up the chest and heart space. Awesome. Release that bind. Shake the arms out a little bit. Maybe you need to do a few little arm swings. Let's reach the arms up and overhead. Wiggle the fingers. Exhale, release and bring it back down. Awesome. When you're ready, place the hands back on the mat. Shift the hips up and back to our first downward dog. Awesome. In this downward dog, it's our first one of the day, so just go ahead and explore where your body's at today. If you're nice and tight in the back side of the legs, maybe a generous bend in the knees is necessary at first. Not forcing anything. Sometimes it's just okay to walk things out, kind of guide yourself into the posture. Or if you're just feeling free today and really strong and stable, that's okay too. Maybe find a few moments of just stillness in this posture, or if you want to walk it out a little, that's okay too. Any little bits of movement before we all do come together for a moment of stillness in this practice. Just take the time while we're here to bring ourselves in. Think about why we're here. Reconnect that mind to body. Feel the energy we're starting to build up in our practice. Awesome. Let's take a nice deep inhale. Right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, gently take that right knee to the right elbow. Three-legged dog. Lift that right leg back up. Exhale, right knee to the left elbow. Beautiful. Inhale, bring that leg back up and repeat. So right knee to right elbow. See if you can get it to touch. Three-legged dog. Exhale. And let's bring that right knee to your left elbow. And this time we're going to extend the right leg. Reach the left arm up. Nice and high, strong and stable here. Beautiful for this side plank. Everything back down. Come into a plank. Staying here for one round of breath. Inhale. Push the earth away. Exhale. Vinyasa of your choosing. Beautiful. Shift the hips up and back, and we'll meet in downward dog. Beautiful. Let's take it to the left side. So inhale, left leg goes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Three-legged dog. Left knee to left elbow, three-legged dog. Left knee to right elbow. Beautiful. Extend that left leg. Shift onto your back leg. Come up into the side plank. Nice and strong. Awesome. Back to plank. If you need to be on your knees, that's okay too. Vinyasa. And meet in downward dog. Beautiful. Shoulders nice and fired up. Let's start working on our legs in this full body practice. So coming off the shoulders a little. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, gently step between the hands. Runner's lunge. Nice and strong and stable here. Let's find our breath if you need to. I'm quite winded right now. That's totally okay. Let's gently lower that back knee. Rise up to this low lunge. Really nice and strong here. Think about pulling the left hip forward as the right hip comes back. Strong and stable. Beautiful. Bring both arms back down to the mats. Re-tuck that back leg. So lifting that back knee again, and let's straighten in the front leg. Awesome. It's totally okay if your left heel is up off the ground when we're straightened in this front leg. Really thinking about pulling the chest forward. Rebend in the front leg, back to runner's lunge. Inhale, rise to crescent. Awesome. Nice and strong in this crescent or high lunge. Strong. And we're going to step the back leg up to meet the right or front into chair. Staying strong and stable in our legs. If you need to have your feet wide for a little bit more stability, that's totally okay. Arms up and over or at your chest, wherever you want to have them. Start to transition that left leg right back to where it started. So shifting that left leg back to that crescent lunge. Staying here. Feel that energy that's building up in the right leg. Really think about pulling that left heel, that back heel to the back of your space to really open up the front of your left hip. Hands still at your heart space. Holding, staying strong in this posture. Beautiful job. Keep it up. Hold that balance. Strong and stable. Remembering to breathe. Exhale, sink a little bit. Oh yeah. Feeling the burn. Staying strong. Awesome. Gently bring both hands down. Back to that runner's lunge, how we started. Step the right foot back and vinyasa to downward dog. Beautiful. Back in this downward dog. Let's do one round of breath, or however long you need to be here. As we bring that energy inward, feel all that beautiful chaos that's happening within your body right now. Embrace it. Feel how nice and wonderful your heart might be beating. Your breath is probably increased as your body tries to balance and bring awareness everywhere. Embrace this beautiful feeling right now. Try not to let any negative energy come within. And let's inhale, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, gently step between the hands, runner's lunge. Slowly lower the back knee. Rise up to this low lunge. Strong and stable here. Really think about pulling the right hip forward as the left hip comes back, trying to square everything as much as possible. And then if you need to adjust the feet, that's totally okay. And really sink into this. Staying nice and strong. Awesome. Let's gently bring the hands back down to the mat. Tuck the back toes, re-lift that back knee, and straighten in that front leg. Straight is a relative term. It's not about cranking or stressing yourself out to hurt or injure yourself. Just gently guide that leg, that front leg, as straight as possible. So if you need to have a little bend in the knee and a micro bend in the knee, is always a fantastic way to build stability in the joints, not stress out our ligaments. It's really strong and stable, pulling the chest forward and shifting those hips. Imagine you're pulling them to the back of your space. Awesome. Re-bend in that front leg, back to that runner's lunge. Really drive that back heel towards the back of your space and rise up to crescent or high lunge. Strong here, nice and stable. We're holding here. Really driving and straightening that back leg as much as possible. If you need to adjust your feet, it's totally okay. If you have shorter legs, you might need to shorten your stance. If you're feeling a little wobbly or shaky in this, try widening your feet, spreading them a little bit wider, not necessarily front to back of your mat, to the sides of your mat. Widen your stance, nice and strong. Once again, think about pulling that heel to the back of your space. Strong and stable. Beautiful. Gently step two. By driving in that front leg, step up back to that chair. Sink the hips back. Arms are up and overhead. Really strong. Belly button pulled to the spine. Try not to hunch over. Let's bring the hands to the heart space. Stay for the inhale. Really strong. Power through this. And then let's reposition that right leg right back to where we started. So back to that crescent or high lunge. Find your stability. Feel that fire that's building up in that left leg or front leg, or in fact both legs. Nice and strong and stable again as we build up some fire and energy in our legs. Beautiful. Exhale. Gently bring both hands back down, runner's lunge. Either meet back in downward dog or choose another vinyasa, last one of our practice, promise. Chaturanga to up dog. And we'll all meet back in downward dog. Awesome. One round of breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, pull the hips back and up to the back of your space. Exhale to plank. Strong and stable here. Exhale, slowly lower down, all the way down to the belly. Hanging out here for just a moment. Let's reach those hands back towards the feet. Pelvis nice and heavy and grounded. Palms face down. Inhale, rise to locust. Waking up the back side of our body. Remember what I said? I said full body today. Strong and stable everywhere. Imagine pulling those pinkies together and towards the feet as our big toes are trying to come together. Lifting the chest, arms and feet, everything up off the mat. Staying here, staying strong. Take a deep inhale. Try and find a little bit more height. Beautiful. Exhale. Slowly release. Bring everything back down. Wonderful. Hands under shoulders. Shift the hips up and back. Back to child's pose. Hanging out here in this child's pose. Close the eyes. And let's take the hands and bring them to our sides. So we're in this gorgeous little seed pose. Play around with your knees. If you want to have them a little bit closer, go for it. If you want to have them a little bit wider, go for it. Start to ride that energy downstream. Just feel the breath. Don't force it. Notice how with each inhale and exhale, your energy starts to slow down as your body begins to calm the chaos, calm all that fantastic energy and movement we just did. And it's doing so through the breath. With each breath, you're releasing a little bit of that chaos, and allowing calm to come in for the latter half of our little sequence today. When you're ready, we'll gently come up to a nice seated posture. Just lift yourself up ever so slowly. And you can sit cross-legged or on your heels, just however you want to be. And we're just going to do a little bit of a stretch to kind of help wind ourselves down after all that fun movement we just did. Don't throw anything at the screen if your fun was the wrong word. Promise you, when you're done with this, you will feel absolutely vibrant throughout the rest of your day. So let's reach the left arm out wherever you are. It's totally okay if you're seated too. Really reaching those fingertips towards the mat as we take the right ear over to the right shoulder. Awesome. Gently bring everything back in. Take it over to the other side. So right hand goes out, fingertips reaching towards the mat. Try not to have that shoulder rolled in. Really have your shoulder rolled down and away. Fingertips reaching. Left ear to left shoulder. Just a little bit of movement here. Or a little bit of a stretch. Awesome. Bring everything back in. And let's take the fingers, lace them together, or intertwine them, and bring them to behind your neck, right at like kind of where your hairline and your neck meet, or at the base of your skull and cervical spine, top of your cervical spine. And just gently guide your head down, using the weight of your arms and hands to guide your head towards the earth to get a nice stretch in the back side of the neck. Play around with your hand placement. If you feel any strange tension, obviously release the pressure. This might not be your jam. If it's feeling really great, maybe guide the head a little bit deeper, more towards the earth, or just let the arms get really heavy. This is very, very passive stretch. And like I said, please be very mindful of how your neck feels in this. Gently release the hands and then slowly bring that head. So it's back up over the shoulders, just nice and slow. And then slowly do the opposite. Bring that chin up to heaven. And then back to center. And let's close the eyes and just bring the hands anywhere you wish. If you are in this nice seated up on your heels, bring the hands to your thighs or just wherever you want them to be. Nice and tall, grounded. Let's put just a slight smile. So just slowly let the corners of your mouth curl up. Notice how just this small shift can bring positive awareness and beautiful energy throughout the body. Once again, focus on the breath as we did in the beginning, not overthinking. Notice how different you might feel. A shift within yourself after showing yourself all that beautiful love through movement, breathing through it, listening. Stay here for a few moments in this peaceful, restful state. This is where I will leave you. You're more than welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. Please do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Comment below whether you liked this practice or things about it you may have struggled with. I love feedback. I really do listen. Try to give you all the satisfaction that you all need through yoga. Beautiful practice of self-love. So thank you for practicing with me today. As always, I love you and I will see you the next round. Have a great one.